in my mouth. I've had different teeth in my mouth for 6 years, so we'll see. I should have gone to Turkey, and I was gonna go to Turkey, and actually this really good dental center in Turkey was trying to like work with me and literally give me teeth for freaking free, and they're like one of the like top teeth people in Turkey, but they wanted me to be out there for 9 days. And I've been to Turkey before, and it's hella nice, it's hella pretty, like whatever, but I don't know anybody in Turkey anymore. So I'm like, I'm not about to go to Turkey and just not know nobody for 9 days. Like, no. So that's the reason why I didn't go to Turkey. This freaking, y'all, I'm breaking out so bad. It's disgusting. It's giving Caucasian babe, period. Could that Kelly on a hoe? But no, I guess I should just tell the story of what happened at Smile Design Center. Because I was going to make a YouTube video, and I actually started the YouTube video, but my mouth was in so much pain that I couldn't even keep talking. But right now I do feel a little bit better, even though I'm still in pain. I don't feel as in pain. So, all right, this is what happened at Smile Design Center. So I had reached out to them because a couple of my friends had told me about going to them, because I kept being like, you know, where should I go to get my teeth redone? I was looking at different countries, but I really didn't want to leave the country because it's just doing a lot, like I just said with the Turkey situation. So a couple of my friends told me about Smile Design Center. So I was like, cool, that's in Miami. My homegirl Rhythm lives in Miami. Like, I could just stay with her when I'm out there. I don't even have to get a room. I could have fun, and I can, you know, do what I need to do. So I chose there. I DM'd them. They're like, cool, it's $500 deposit to book your spot. I'm like, cool, whatever, I'm not tripping. Sent them the $500 immediately, and then I kept having to like reschedule my appointment because bitch, I be busy. Like, I don't know what to tell you, I be busy. But it was cool. They were like, it's fine, like whenever you reschedule it, it don't matter, like you already put your deposit down, so like you can come whenever you want to come. So I was like, all right, bet. So finally finding a date that makes sense. Keep in mind, like when we were going back and forth in the DMs, they had sent me one time this like super long text of like a copy and paste type of text of like, you know, what to expect, like this is the process. And I did kind of like, I looked through it and I was like, cool, like briefly, like not OD, but I looked through it and I was like, I already know how the process of veneers go, because I've had veneers for 6 years, so I've already like gone through it. So yeah, so I already knew what, you know, was gonna go on. So get to Miami. For my first appointment, I go. I'm sitting in the freaking the lobby for like an hour, and I'm like, okay, this is fucking ghetto. Like, and it's hella people in and out of there. It's like giving sweatshop vibes, but I'm like, I mean, it's Miami. Like, I know that like some establishments do kind of be like this, because I've seen like BBL people talk about how medical offices kind of be in Miami. So I was like, whatever, you know, I'm not super tripping. So, and also, like, almost nobody spoke English. Like, the people who spoke English, like, there was a couple people who spoke English. And I'm not really tripping if people don't speak English, because, I mean, we're in Miami. It's a lot of people who speak Spanish. Like, I'm not one of those, like, American people who are like, if you're in this country, you need to speak English. So I'm just like, whatever. But just remember that. Keep in mind, I speak a little Spanish, but I didn't tell them that, obviously, because I want to try to figure out what they're talking about, like, you know. So they take me back. This is before I spend any money besides the deposit. They take me to the back, and a lady starts drilling my porcelain teeth off, and the teeth that I already had. So I'm like, cool. I tell her ahead of time. I say, hey, you know, I'm letting you know, numbing and anesthesia does not work well on me at all. Like, I have a really long history of not being able to get numbed properly, and later on my mom told me that she doesn't get numb properly either. It's a genetic thing. If you have like the redhead gene or whatever, my mom is white and like was like a blonde, little strawberry blonde child, so I could have that same damn gene, and like it could just be in me or whatever. So my mom had already told me like that happens to me too. You just have to warn them ahead of time, like, you know, that that's what that is. Some places know about it. So whatever, I told them I don't get numbed, whatever. So whatever. She starts drilling my teeth off, and I'm not numbed enough. I'm literally bawling my eyes out, crying. It hurts so bad. And I'm like, please numb me more. I still feel it. And she's like, I don't understand, like, you know, how you're not numbed enough. And I was like, no, like, I'm telling you the truth. Somebody said my redheaded bestie has the same thing. I swear I never knew about it until my mom really, like, informed me and I did my own research. But anyways, I'm like, no, like, please, like, give me more numbing. So they give me more numbing. It's still hurting so bad. Keep in mind, they're drilling my teeth off, like literally drilling my teeth off. So I'm bawling, crying. Like, imagine me on a table with my mouth open going, like literally bawling my eyes out, y'all. So, the dentist, the lady dentist who's doing my teeth, she stands up. Hold on, I need to get this palette. She stands up and she just walks straight out. Keep in mind, I'm not being dramatic. I'm not moving or nothing. I'm just like crying. Like, I'm literally crying, like hella hard. She gets up, she stands up, she walks out. She don't say a singular word to me. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm also nervous because when they do numb me, this shit only lasts like 5 minutes. So I'm like worried in my mind, like, where did she just go? Like, I don't have no damn time for her to be gone and walking away and stuff, because when you numb me, it's about 5 minutes for you to do what you have to do until I feel it again, and I'm gonna be in excruciating pain again. So she gets up, walks out, doesn't say a singular word to me. About 5 minutes later, I'm back in hella pain. Like I said, the numbing wears off hella quick on me. And a guy comes in and he's like, oh, come into the other room, da da da. I'm like, okay. He's like, how many cartridges of numbing did she use on you? I'm like, I don't know, like maybe like 5 or 6. He's like, okay, well, you know, the legal dose that we can only give is 13 cartridges. I said, cool. Well, we probably are going to end up going up to 13 cartridges because, as I explained to her earlier, whatever. And I said, but wait, what are you doing? Like, are you about to do it? And he's like, oh, yeah. I said, well, what happened to her? And she was like, he was like, oh, she didn't feel good. So she just got up and walked away. So I was like, okay, red flag in my mind, because bitch, why wouldn't you be like, okay, I'm gonna have to step out, I'm not feeling good, whatever the case, sorry y'all, my rolls are sticking out, but I really don't care. So I'm like, all right, whatever, like, let's just get this done, because right now I'm in excruciating pain. So are you gonna finish drilling my teeth off? I had half veneers on, half shaved down teeth. So I'm like, let's get this done. Numb me up, block the nerve. I don't know what you need to do, but do it. So whatever, he starts finishing up, drilling off my teeth, whatever. And I had told them ahead of time I wanted to do gum contouring. Gum contouring is like when they cut your gum so that every gum on the bottom is even. Like, you see, it's like even. Before it wasn't even all the way. So before he does the gum contouring, I'm like, am I going to be able to get temporary veneers if you guys do gum contouring? And they're like, yeah, no, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, you know, you're going to have temporary veneers for 2 weeks. Remember this, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And I'm like, 2 weeks? I was like, usually it's 1 week. And they're like, yeah, well, here we do 2 weeks to get your permanents on. And I was like, damn. I was like, all right, I can't do nothing about it, but okay. I'll thug it out. I'll keep the temporaries on for 2 weeks. So he finishes drilling off my teeth. He does the gum contouring, which is like a laser where they cut your gums. And he's like, all right, you're going to go into the lobby now and you're going to wait a little bit. And then we're going to put the temporaries on. And I'm like, okay, cool. I go into the lobby. They're like, all right, now you have to pay. I'm like, cool, whatever. So, you know what? Actually, they didn't say the temporaries were 2 weeks at first. Sorry. I'm like, are you going to be able to do gum contour? Are you going to be able to put temporary veneers on me if you do gum contouring? They were like, yes. They didn't say how long the temporary is going to be on. They're just like, yes, you're going to be able to have temporaries. And my brain, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have temporaries for a week. I'm going to come back and I'm going to get my teeth put on. Like, whatever, no big deal. I go into the lobby, I pay. Then they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to have your temporaries on for 2 weeks. And I'm like, 2 weeks? Like, I thought it was 1 week. Like, I've never heard of 2 weeks anywhere. Like, you know, like, whatever. But I'm like, I'll thug it out. Like, I'll have the temporaries for 2 weeks. So I'm sitting in the lobby, teeth shaven off, in hella fucking pain, because I already told these damn people I can't be sitting around waiting. Like, I'm literally, like, in pain, bro. Like, and I'm not lying about it. I don't know why y'all think I'm sitting up here lying. like the bitch had an attitude with me because I'm sitting up there crying in her chair. Babe, like not every single person in the world is the same or handles pain the same. And I just happen to be one of those people that doesn't take pain very well and numbing medication. So they got me sitting in the lobby for hella long again with hella people coming in and out that bitch. And then finally they're like, okay, cool, we're gonna take you back to, you know, get your temporaries done, whatever. I'm like, cool, finally. So go back to get the temporaries done. And it's two ladies. It's two ladies, like dental assistant ass bitches. I don't know if they were doctors or not. Look, I don't know. But I'm gonna just say about how unprofessional they were. They couldn't have been doctors. So, I go back there. It's two like younger ladies. They don't speak any English. And I'm like, okay, well, this is fucking great because I'm like trying to tell them like I'm in hella pain. Like, let's get this show on the road. Like, or give me more numbing. I can't even have my mouth open because the air is hurting my teeth so bad. So once again, I start crying because I'm in so much pain and they're not like trying to give me no numbing. Like, cause normally patients are just fully numbed. And they're not saying nothing to me. They're sitting over me, gossiping to each other about their coworker. Like I said, I don't speak fluent Spanish, but I understand enough to like pick up what they're saying. Like one of the male doctors or front desk guy had walked in and then he walked out. They started talking about him, like blah, 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 whatever. And, I'm like listening to these bitches getting irritated because I'm like, you bitches, y'all, like, y'all think I don't speak no Spanish. At this point, I haven't told them that I understand anything because, like I said, I'm trying to, like, listen up and, you know, see what's going on. Like, I'm not no dumbass bitch. Like, I'm not about to just tell y'all, you know, what's really going on. So they're over me while I'm like this, crying, gossiping about their coworker. And I'm, like, rolling my eyes while I'm freaking crying. And then they're like, oh, we're not going to be able to put temporary veneers on your bottom teeth. And I'm like, what? I said, no. You guys are about to figure this out because, first of all, this experience has already been terrible. And I have things to do over the next 2 weeks. Like, why would y'all not tell me that I couldn't get temporaries if you were going to do gum contouring? I already asked that question. You already told me yes. Like, I feel like y'all are just on some money hungry shit. So another doctor comes in and he's like, yeah, like we just can't do the temporaries on your bottom. Like, you're bleeding too much, like whatever. So I really have no choice. They're like, we're not going to do it. So I'm like, all right, well, I can't do nothing about it. So I leave. They're like, here, buy this mouthwash. And, you know, maybe like in a couple days, like your gums will like stop bleeding and we'll be able to put temporaries on there. So, sorry. So I go home. They call me and they're like, okay, we're going to set your appointment right now to get your permanent teeth on. And I'm like, okay, cool. So from 2 weeks from now, I get the permanents on, right? And they're like, no, 3 weeks. It's going to be 3 weeks. I said, 3 weeks? I don't have no teeth in my mouth. Like, what are you talking about 3 weeks? I said, no. I said, y'all said 2 weeks when I was just up there today. They're like, well, we meant 2 weeks in business days. So 15 business days. So it's 3 weeks. I said, what? I said 3 weeks. I said, okay. At this point, I'm furious because I'm like, I've been in there all day. Y'all are hella unprofessional. I've been crying. Y'all didn't care about nothing that I had going on. Nobody even was trying to like comfort me while I'm sitting up there bawling my eyes out. Like, to me, that was the biggest thing because I'm like, as a freaking human, you see how much pain I'm in. The assistant or somebody be like, hold my hand. Like, are you okay? Like, anything. So I'm on the phone with the guy like 3 weeks. Like, no, like that's impossible. Y'all told me 2 weeks and y'all let me walk out of there with no temporaries on my teeth after you lied to me saying that after gum contouring, I would be able to get temporaries. So he's like, oh, well, like that's just what it is. I had him on speakerphone in front of my friend Rhythm. She could straight up tell you exactly how the conversation went. Rhythm was like, he don't care. Just hang up the phone because it's clear he doesn't care. Like, whatever. I'm sitting up there. How could you do this to me? Like, you guys are hella money hungry. Like, y'all are acting like I don't have things to do. Like, you know, blah, blah, blah. So for the first time ever in my whole life, I have never in my whole life threatened anybody to like expose them or anything because I just feel like that shit is corny as fuck. And like, I just don't do that to businesses. But I was like, I will make sure that I tell everybody about how you guys are treating me and what you guys are doing. I don't care. I'm like, because if you're treating me like this, I can only imagine how you're treating somebody who doesn't have a platform to really like speak what they need to say, you know? So he's like, okay, like, you know, I'm gonna try to figure something out, blah, 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 like, I'm gonna call you back. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So he calls back, he's like, all right, I can get the porcelain teeth done in 2 weeks instead of 3. And I'm like, well, bitch, you originally said 2 weeks, like, whatever. So I'm like, whatever. I can't do nothing about it. Like, it is what it is, you know? So I'm like, all right, cool. 2 weeks. I'll thug it out with no bottom veneers in my mouth. Like, y'all, I had shaved down teeth in my mouth for 2 weeks. Y'all saw me on TikTok talking like this. I was like, I'm not about to show these freaking little baby ass shark teeth. Like, no way. So, all right. Scroll forward. Oh, no. After we get off the phone call of the, okay, I'll do the 2 weeks instead of the 3 weeks, I hit them up 2 days later because I'm still in Miami. I'm like, hey, like, you know, I feel like the bleeding and the swelling in my gums has gone down. Can I come in for temporaries now, like for the bottom? And they're like, yeah, send me pictures. Let me see how it looks. I send them pictures. They're like, yeah, it looks good. You'll be able to get temporaries on your bottom for the 2 weeks that you have to wait for your permanents. So I'm like, all right, I'm about to Uber up there. Keep in mind, it's an hour away. So I Uber up there. I'm sitting in the lobby once again for like an hour. And I get to the back and they're like, oh yeah, no, we're not going to be able to put temporaries on your bottom. And I'm like, well, why did y'all have me come back up here? Like, what is going on in this bitch? Like, this is crazy to me. So they're like, yeah, no, like, we're not going to be able to do anything. So I leave. I'm hella irritated. I'm like, bro, these people keep playing with my time, my money. Like, I'm over this. I'm trying to find different dentists to, you know, do my teeth. I'm like, I could take a flight to Colombia. I'm hitting up people in the US. I'm like, whatever, like, you know, I need to figure this out because this place is scaring me, like how unprofessional they are. But I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, let me get my 5 bands back because I gave them half up front. I'm like, let me get my 5 bands back. They're like, nope, like, we're not doing no refunds. Like, I said, I will pay you for what you did. I will pay you for shaving my teeth off. I'll pay you for that. I don't have no problem, but I want my money back. Like, you feel me? Like, give me my bread back, bitch. Like, I don't want to finish with y'all. So they wouldn't give me my money back. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm not about to spend another $15,000, $10,000 when I already just paid half of, you know, what I was going to pay. So I was like, whatever. I'm going to just come back in 2 weeks and get my porcelain. I'm going to just thug it out for the 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, didn't have the teeth in my mouth. Fly back to Miami 2 weeks later. And, I go in there to get my permanents put on. Go in there. Once again, I'm in hella pain. It's hella like weird ass vibes. They give me to another dentist. This is now the 3rd dentist at their office that I've been to. Okay? 3rd dentist. Not one person in my mouth. 3 people. So he's like, you know, doing what he needs to do. He removes the temporaries off the top. Okay, cool. I'm in hella pain. I'm like, I warned him ahead of time. I'm in hella pain, whatever. He was actually cool. The assistant was cool, whatever. She was being compassionate because she saw I was in hella pain. And they put the permanents on. Keep in mind, I had so much numbing in me that, like, they were like, okay, usually they just numb in your gums and around your teeth. They're like, we have to numb your whole muscle. So they're poking needles all over. My face was numb up to my eyes. I'm not exaggerating. My eyeballs, all in this area, was numb. That's how much numbing was in my face. But my teeth were still, I still felt the numbing in my teeth. My whole face is numb. So he's, you know, after you get veneers, you have to be able to floss in between your teeth because it's cement that gets cemented to your teeth or whatever. So he's, you know, trying to floss in between my teeth, whatever. And whatever, trying to floss in between my teeth. And then he's like, all right, how's your bite? And I'm like, I think it's good. I don't know. I can't feel nothing. Like, I can't feel how I'm biting down. So I go home, we'll go back to Rhythm's house, go back to my friend's house in Miami. And then, like, the next day, I'm like, nah, my bite feels off. Like, I can't close my mouth all the way. It's like a tooth that's sticking up too high. So I'm, like, holding my mouth, like, you know, and, like, my face is getting sore. So I DM them. I'm like, hey, my bite is off. Like, you know, can somebody please call me? Because I need, like, the bite to be adjusted before I go back to LA. Nobody ever calls me. Nobody calls me, right? Keep in mind, I try to floss for the first time. This tooth and this tooth, I can't even floss through. It's cemented. It's cemented shut. I have to be like I could get a piece of floss right now and show y'all. Like, I have to get it still. Like, I have to have them readjust and like be it so that I could floss my fucking tooth right there. So anyways, they don't call me, they don't do shit. And then just the other day, I DM them. I'm like, y'all never hit me back about, you know, fixing my bite. Like, hello. So then they start blowing up my phone the next day, like, oh, trying to call me. After I'm like, hello, y'all never hit me up about fixing my bite. I'm over here in pain and I can't even floss two of my freaking teeth. Like, that shit is crazy. So I go to a dentist in LA. They're like, all right, you know, we're going to fix your, we're going to shave down your tooth to try to make your bite accurate. But if we crack a tooth, you're going to have to pay $1,300 out of pocket. I'm like, I don't care. It's not about the money. Fix this shit. I'm in pain. So go there. He fixes this side. It's cool. He doesn't crack it. It costs me like $200. All right, bet. But then I go home and I realize, no, this side needs to be shaved down too. Like, the bite is just not accurate. So this morning I had to go to another dentist and they had to shave down this side. And now I feel like, okay, the bite's cool, but my mouth is just not used to, like, it's just been going through hella trauma. So yeah, they were trying to like blow up my phone after and do all this extra stuff, and I'm over it. Like, I'll never go back to them. Like, yeah, no. Oh, and also, by the way, I wanted to add, because people in the comments, I see you're complaining or whatever. The last day that I was in there, when they were putting on my temporaries, a lady in there started cussing them smooth out, talking about, y'all only care about money. I paid y'all $12,000. Y'all are hella unprofessional. Y'all keep playing with my time. Like, I don't live out here. Saying all the same shit that I was saying. So I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. Like, I was like, am I tripping? Like, no, I can't be. Like, they're doing this to everybody that walks in there. They don't care about nothing. They're just freaking putting teeth on people, like, and don't care about if it hurt, how it feel, how it fit, nothing. Like, I don't know. Shit is crazy. So that's the story about what's going on with my teeth. Long ass story. It's called Smile Design Center 32 on Instagram. They're in Miami. And they have hella followers too. And I'm just like, I know they be scamming people, you know, making people think that they're legit because they got hella followers. But it's the most janky experience I've ever had. Even worse than from when I got botched. Like, it's insane. So that's the tale. And then people are like, you always have something going on. A lot of people have experiences like this, but they just don't have the platform to tell it. And that's why I tell my experiences if I have a negative experience. Like, first of all, even when I got my botched BBL, I didn't even put the company on blast. Like, well, I couldn't, whatever, legally, because I signed the NDA to get my money back. But, like, y'all should be happy that I'm telling y'all about this. Like, don't sit up here talking about, well, you know, you should learn more and da-da-da, all this stuff. Like, they have good reviews on stuff. They have bad reviews, too, on certain shit, too. But it's like, it could happen to anybody, and it does every single day. So, like, be thankful that I'm even telling y'all about that, because these people could keep scamming people and getting away with doing all this raggedy stuff. Like, I don't even like putting companies on blast or nothing like that. It's just not my style. But when it comes to people spending thousands and thousands of dollars, like, I'm trying to look out for y'all at the end of the day. There could be somebody right here like, oh, I was thinking about going there and now I'm not. Like, you never know. Yeah, they pay for followers and fake reviews. I don't doubt that. How often do you have to redo your teeth? Every 10 years. So I had mine for 6 years and I decided to get them done then. Because I just wasn't, like, I just felt like they needed to be redone. So I went and got them redone after 6 years. Everybody always says I look like a mom when I have short hair. It's so funny. Like, that's the go-to. You look like an auntie. You look like a mom. That's what she's giving, all right. She's giving mama. Mama, mama. How's the dating life? I'm dating somebody. I'm obsessed with him. But he hasn't called me all day, so am I dating him? Who knows? I feel like Nikki Parker. That's funny. Somebody said you can't be put under anesthesia for dental work. You actually can. I got put to sleep when I got my my real teeth shaved down for my first veneers. I got put to sleep in Beverly Hills. It was the best thing I ever did. I don't know how I would have done that if I was awake. These are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say, my chick on the side. My friend is supposed to be on the way to my house so we can go, but I don't know where she at. Yes, you do have to pay extra for anesthesia to go to sleep. I think, well, when I got my teeth done for the first time, I didn't pay for it. My ex-boyfriend paid for it. So I really didn't care how much it was. I was like, yeah, I want all of that. So, yeah, pretty much. Ew, look what the dishwasher does to my freaking cup. It's like soap on the bottom. Disgusting. Tell us about your boo. I like him. He's super cool. He's about to be my man, my man, my man. But is he going to be my man? Because I was booking him all day. And it's 6 o'clock. My feelings are hurt. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Someone says she's dating Giveon. I'm not dating Giveon. I'm not. Is he older? He's older than me. What does he do for a living? I'm not about to tell y'all that. No, he's not a basketball player. Where's the B. Simone podcast? It should be out in like a week or two, I think. He's not a Pisces. He's an Aries. Y'all are never going to guess, so. Do we know him? Maybe. How tall is he? I'm not about to say all those details, y'all. No, he's not a football player. Is he famous? No comment. No, he's not an ex-NBA player. He's not an athlete. Y'all, should I just leave my hair like this for the pool? Because honestly, I don't really know how else to do it. I think I'm gonna just leave it like this. I'm not gonna lie. He's something that I never said I would date. What do I always say I never am gonna date? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just leave my hair like this. Magic on the side. It's not Brand Fayez. I wish. I'm just kidding. I don't. That boy don't want me. But that man is just, I have like this thing with toxic men. Like I just, well, I don't anymore, but I used to. White? No, he's not white. All right, y'all, I'm done talking about it. I'm done talking about it, y'all. But anyways, I'm going to get it off. Get off here. I'm about to get off of here. I need a lash fill, but it's so crazy. Even when I need a lash fill, my lashes still be looking cool. I love my lash girl. She really does her thing every time. Is he a tall rapper? All right, I'm not giving no more details out, y'all. But all right, bye guys. XOXO, I love you. Be smart, be safe.